Hey everyone, and welcome back to Train World, finally. Now, a lot has happened since my last recording. First, the Steam and Rails mod update, which I was waiting for so that I can get back to the series, has finally updated. It is an alpha, so yeah, that's fine. The next thing that happened was, unfortunately, my save world got corrupted, so had to go through a whole lot of loops to get the world back and retrieve all my items and all that. It was a mess. I also removed a few mods from the thing, breaking a few of the things in the factory. But not only that, a few of the mods were updated, so several of the recipes in the factory don't work anymore. I'll show you all an example. And both examples are seen up here at my fuel station. Unfortunately, the old recipe for biodiesel has been updated into something else. As you can see here, instead of plant oil and remember what the other one was, biofuel. It is instead the plant oil, which is seed oil, and ethanol. So that means I'm going to have to create a bog fermenting station up here somewhere. The other thing is over here. Unfortunately, compressing lava into magma blocks is no longer viable. Neither is sanding them into netherrack. So I'm going to have to change all that to... what was the process? Haunting either andesite or basalt into it. And I'm thinking of using the new Create frog ports and chain conveyors for that. So let me just see how I make basalt. Lava and soul soil plus blue ice. Oh, that's the world integration extruding recipe. I'll probably figure it out later, so since we have plenty of cinder flour for now, but yeah, I'm gonna have to fix all that. I've also fixed the gluing process of my train, which I now realize I haven't named yet. So instead of the weird turning that you saw in my last couple of videos, I made it so that that when the body turns, the boiler, well, moves away from the bogies, like real duplex engines do. So here, I fixed that. Another issue I have is that one of the structures of rise, I think it is, has removed stations from the base mod. So the three I have here and the two here are the only ones I'm going to be finding, unfortunately. So what my plan is to finish the station close to me and then take a schematic of it and schematic cannon it around to places I feel would fit. Another plan I have is to potentially build a mine location here to transport ores. So basically, greatly expanding this setup. Not just with what I create now, which is the ores, cobblestone, and all that, but also several of the the other sub soils like soil and all that. So, well, I could do that because I'm going to need not just basalt or andesite, but also quartz, which I get from, I think it's washing soil. Yeah, bulk washing soul sand, or even crushed raw gold. So, yeah. Actually, washing crushed raw gold will yield higher results. So, I can get that from that sifting. Alright then, I have a bit of a plan here, but there is something else I need to bring up just quickly. Because of the world corruption, I lost all the data pertaining to the waystones. I can still see them on my map, but the problem is I can't use the waystones to get to them anymore, so I'm gonna have to manually reactivate them. I have done so with the wood farm, the blaze spawners in the nether, and the base here. I think I did for... oh, and the iron bar factory, but that's it. So probably off camera or even in the session at some point, I will have to reactivate any I come across. So yeah, the crash really set me back. So alright, first things first, I think I should start with a ethanol distill. Maybe. I can't use sugar because I'm barely making any sugar here. I mean, I could, but then again, doesn't actually affect sugar, so can't do that. Let's see. Alright, I think I have enough for a good enough distilling tank. I feel like I should get another little container for ethanol, another tank for it, I mean. I think I have fluid tanks in my inventory. I do, good. Though, hang on a minute. Okay, it looks like I'm going to need some of these, which I... wait a second. Don't I get apples from my wood chopping operation? Okay, I got a fair few thousand, I think, yeah. I think I have an idea. Now okay, I'm here at the wood processing facility. I'm going to see if these apple saplings and the subsequent apple trees also drop their corresponding apple saplings. I'm pretty sure that they do. I think it was a feature added to the Croptopia mod recently. I can't be too sure because, well, yeah, you know, I've been away for quite a while because of all this, but that doesn't mean, well, you know what I mean. One thing I need to do is to increase the speed of these deployers. Okay, I have bones on me, so I could turn them into bone meal to down these trees. And just ignore that. Not only did the corrupted world remove all my played data, but it also reset my progress, so moment of truth. No. Only dropped regular saplings. I honestly don't want to go back and forth here to refill the barrels with apple tree saplings. So, but then again, I think it's an update for one of the more advanced Minecraft versions. While I was thinking, I realized that I needed to fix the backlog here, so just created a bypass from the overhead conveyor to this lower one. But that still doesn't solve my problem. But I think I have an idea. Possibly. What I'm going to do is this. Just need a few things I need. First, brass tunnel. Actually, no, not a brass tunnel. I need a brass funnel. That's it, brass funnel. Do I have any on me at the moment? Doesn't look like it, but making a brass funnel would be easy. So, hang on, I need brass ingots and dried kelp all in one tube, so... There we go. Get brass funnels on. And that's the first thing. Second thing I'll need is... No, first things first, I have to get rid of that, so... Also going to need another portable storage interface, so... Oh, now what can I put away from this? Toss the oak log and the sticks onto the conveyor. At least now then. Just need to figure out how to do this. Let's see. A parallel gearbox and a regular gearbox. Hopefully I've got this right. So there. Two regular gearboxes. Two parallels. I'll try the two parallels first. There we go. Okay then, so next thing I need is crafter. Let's see. Why smart crafter? Huh. Okay, looks like I'm gonna have to go back to base and make up one. So, pretty sure I have all of those. So, although a few of these would be, yeah, three of those would be a lot easier. So, okay, let me think. Do I have any of them? I do, and it's just the three I need. So. Those together. One up, two up, back there, and right, the system is overstressed just by adding this. I'm gonna have to do something in the future, but in the meantime that doesn't fix my problem. Get rid of these two, just put one of these there. Yeah, it still doesn't work. Do something like this instead. There we go. Okay, then, so I think two of those. Okay. I honestly didn't think that would work, but it was worth a try, wasn't it? Yeah, I think I'm gonna have. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need one of those mechanical, those smart crafters. There we go, and I'll go install this in the morning. Now, let's sleep. All right, here we go. Back to the processing facility and trying this again. Still need to. This will probably all be in one video. Right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to expand those. Alright, after a bit of work, both down here and up there, by expanding those sails, I finally managed to get this running without it overstressing. So, moments of okay, that looks like it's working out. That's good. Now then, just need to to replace the sapling up there with the trick with this sort of sapling. Though I do need to split the apple coming through. So that's going through 64, so if I get 64 up there. Because there's a backup, I'm going to have to go back to the base and see. Aha, I see, it's the copper ingots. Yeah, I'm going to have to make this place a bit more efficient in the future. Not just here, but also at the possible mine location. So, at the moment, I have veered way off topic for the video, so what started out as doing an ethanol tank here spiraled into the tree farm, but that's understandable because I wanted to use apples for the ethanol. Just need to figure out how to do it. Yes, I could build an ethanol distillery over the tank here. To mix it in. Yeah, okay, I think I'll do that then. Alright, that's the fermenter ready. I just need to figure out how to actually get the apples into there, so I think it's a time I do the frog port, so first things first. And that's there we go. Packager and a shaken. Right. Packager and a shaken. And what I could do for the pulp, this area I'm building up over here could be the start of a wood pulping facility, and with all the saplings that the train is bound to bring from the wood processing facility, it could work. Just a quick tangent. Here I was going to do a time-lapse orbital shot of me building the pulp production facility. However, the replay mod incorrectly rendered the blocks of the factory and my surrounding areas incorrectly, so yes, you're just gonna see the final product here. Sorry. Alright, moment of truth. I just need to connect up the pumps here with the power system behind that over there, and hopefully this will be enough to supply the pulp basins up top. Okay, first bit of good news so far. All the cauldrons are actually filled. Now on to the next bit. Connecting the storage. First things first, I need a bit of pulp to make sure that the system just creates. And that's the pulp done. Okay, so it needs to be pressed. know exactly how to do it. So, okay, let me see here. We'll need shafts, which I have here, so we'll need... The last ones are there. Feed that to here. First one, all the way. Additionally, I will have brass funnels going onto these, so that can roll up to about, yeah. So it can go into the drawer slave here. Yeah, that could work. Now then. Let's see. Do I have belts? No, but I do have a press, which I will need. Here we go, mechanical belts. With that, I have cardboard coming in now. Just need to figure out where it's going in my storage area, but all in all, I'm happy with this setup, as rudimentary as it is. So, yeah, definitely have plenty of cardboard for what I have in mind. Alright, I've secured one component of my system, so for simplicity's sake I'll put it here. Yeah. And I'll place this other one right up here. I'm also going to have to honestly, I'm going to have to figure out how to pull those frog ports in. Move that to here. That'll give me a straight shot between this slave and the whatever that issue is figuring that out. So I might go off camera for that and figure all that out in the meantime, so... Alright, I've got my delivery system working, sending bone meal and apples to my fermenter. I didn't know that I needed bone meal for it, but that doesn't matter, so I am currently refining ethanol. But that's only half the battle, so I will need to refine it with the biofuel into biodiesel. I think that's how I use it. Oh, right. I was meant to combine it with plant or not. biofuel, so that gives me 20 minutes superheat, and this gives me 20 minutes superheat. It's regular diesel that does that. Regardless, I'll have a secondary fuel if the biofuel runs out, but I could always use the biofuel or biodiesel for something else. Can I use it for something else? Doesn't look like it. Oh well, doesn't matter. I'll probably refine it to be sent. I could probably refine it to be sent to one of my other facilities as an additional power source. So there's that. Okay, after a bit of work on the superstructure here, I'm pretty much done for this session. So until next time, this is Kamen JetStorm signing off.